Hi everyone, so this is video 1 in a video series that I'm doing today. This video series is part of a blog post that I wrote, which will be in the description of this video. So if you're missing a bit of context about what this video is about, please head over to my blog and check that out. So I'll get started right away. This is the initial video, and we will be looking at multiple different ways of how to get free internet marketing products. So let's get started straight away. So I already did go to this website, which is munchai.com. Munchai.com has a overview of multiple launches that are going to happen or are happening right now, or have already happened. If you want to go back in time, you can click here. You can see launches that have already happened, and I already did some clicking around here, and I found one that's very easily exploitable and that you can get for free. So let's head over here. Let's see where it is. Maybe I misclicked somewhere. 1 second. Yeah. Sorry, I'm on the wrong page. So, going back in time, this button right here, we can find launches that just happened, which would be good for our setup right here. So yeah, when we go click on that one, it goes back in time, so you can modify the date if you want to as well. But yeah, checking this out, this one right here is a PLR launch, which has some PLR content, so you're going to expect that these are downloadable files, which is very good for the WordPress exploit that we have. So when we click on this launch, generally we get a JV page, which is interesting to look at. So let's go to that page. You can see here that there is some information if you want to promote this launch. It mentions a couple products, so it mentions one product, same one product, one upsell, 2 upsells, and somehow it goes from upsell 2 to 4. Not sure how that works. It's called launch 19 apparently. Yeah, so let's dive straight in here. So with the WordPress approach, so this is one of the tools that you can use when you want to get a product for free, and you have the, well, you think that the owner of the product might not have secured their product. There's a couple ways of checking if they actually run WordPress. So we're on this page right now. What I'll do is go here and go under, this is in Dutch, so it's probably not helping for you. For me, it is under F12 or Ctrl-Shift-I on the computer, which brings up this tab. And if you look at this tab, there's always this head area. When you open that up, you go to the links here. You see a lot of these links right here, and what you're looking for is things that start with WP-content, WP-includes, which indicates that it runs on WordPress. So if it runs on WordPress, we know that we can try a couple things here. So most internet marketing template designers have very bad security, so that helps us a bit. We have some other basic commands that we can run on WordPress that most people won't have secured. So let's start off with one. So we have generally in WordPress there is a search functionality. You don't see a search bar here. They removed that, or they didn't put it in there, but it doesn't mean that the functionality isn't there. So we can actually run a search on this website, and the search will return generally pages and posts that correspond with what you're searching for. And what we do here is we change this, and you can see it here already, and I tried this. When you put a question mark, the letter S, and an equal sign, this is actually the command for a search. So after everything you put after this, like this, would be the search query. So what we're doing here to influence what comes up, we are actually going to search, but we're searching for nothing. In this specific case, we're going to search for a plus sign, which in WordPress language means a space, so a blank space. So what should happen in the back end is that the system will try and find pages and posts that have a space in them. Obviously, every page with content that has text in it will have a space in there. So it will probably give us all the pages on that specific website, which is interesting. As you see, this is a Thrive Themes setup. Currently we have the search bar again, but this prompted us with a overview of all pages that are on this website, and we can go through them. The farther you go back, the earlier the pages were created. So you can see September 14th, 9th, etc. So when we go back to the first page, this is probably one of the first pages that got created. So that's called Launch 19. And after that you see some strange page names. This is probably an attempt to actually disguise the URL of that specific page to not be guessable. But we don't need to guess because we simply have the URL right here. So when we do is we open this in a new tab, and we can actually see, okay, it says L9, so the L19, which is the launch name, then delivery, PLR delivery. So this is probably the way to get your PLR. Well, there we go. We got launch 19 ebook. You can download the files right here, here. So that's your first one right there. You're ready. That's 2 simple clicks, and we got this for free rather than paying for it. So we can all download this. What I generally do is when I hover over this, you can see in the left bottom corner just here that the URL shows up. So we're going to copy that link address just to make sure. Going to remove this file and see if they have open directory listing. No, it says access denied. Sometimes it has open directory listing, which means all files within that specific folder would show up. So generally people that launch, they host their files in Amazon or on WordPress itself, and getting access to a whole folder means you can actually see all the files in there. So that opens up well, the possibility of other upsells or other products being there as well. You can download for free as well if you wanted to. So just for the sake of it, we're going to test this, see if it works. Yeah, there we go. So we got an e-cover bundle. I don't care for this, so I'm going to remove this. I don't want it. But yeah, here you go, free resources right there. So that's your first step. I haven't found one yet, but another approach of doing this, if people don't host their files on Amazon like they do here, is if you have a WordPress website, you remove the string again. So this would be the site, the page that we landed on. We remove this and we replace it with wp-content-uploads, which is a directory that people upload into. And as you can see right here, this is probably the configuration again. A lot of launches have this. You can actually see things that are uploaded in here. So some stuff that's related to not sure what it's related to right here. These are probably from a plugin that created it. But what we're looking for is the folder with the year. That's generally how WordPress creates its folders for uploading. So we'd have a year and then the month in which something got uploaded. So since we know the first page was created there's probably nothing but images in here, but we can have a look. So as you can see, a lot of images right here. We scroll all the way down, a lot of images. But just to make sure, what we're going to do is open this up again, and in here we're going to do a search. For me that's Control F within this code, and we're going to look for PDF. Oh, there we go. So there's a PDF. Okay, so this is a false positive. This is not actually a PDF. This is a PNG file about a PDF or something like that. So let's have a look at that. Yeah, it's a PDF icon. So we have no need for that. But there are 5 more. So let's go through them. More PDF icons. Okay, so they're all not PDF files actually. Another search that we will do is .zip, because a lot of people actually merge their files together into one file with zips or .rar. None of these are found here, so there's probably not much of value to us in this folder, and we're going to move on. Probably if there's anything in here, it's going to be about these dates, these months, because that's obviously when the product got finished up and they started to promote it for launching it. So let's go into these folders, do the same searches again. So we're looking at PDF. Nothing found. .zip. Nothing found. .rar. Nothing found. Okay, so now different folder, same story again. Zip. Here we go. Here we got some zip files. So we got 4. So we got PLR, front end sales page. And we got a free front page that we can use. Again, I don't want it. I'm a web developer myself, so I can create these whenever I want. But there's more. So there's this one, sales page 1, sales page 0, front end sales page. So we got actually it's two files. Every link there has 2 mentions of zip. There's 2 files right here. It's interesting. So we just did zip. Let's try PDF. There we go. Another thing right here. Marketing magic. Not sure what this is about, but you get the hang of it, and you can decide on what you want and what you don't want. You just keep moving through these folders and you'll find interesting stuff. This one's empty, but that's basically the approaches for going through WordPress installations and trying to find free products on there. So that concludes this first video, and we'll move on with a couple other methods.